The 2016 NFL playoffs will be beginning on Saturday, January 9th. There are going to be some very thrilling matchups to watch this weekend, and I'm going to be breaking down each of the 4 games. Some teams got first-round byes, such as the Carolina Panthers, the Arizona Cardinals, the New England Patriots, and the Denver Broncos. But I'm going to be breaking down all of the wild card matchups. Some of the teams playing this weekend could potentially make it to the Super Bowl. The first matchup on Saturday is at 4:20 on ABC, which is the Kansas City Chiefs against the Houston Texans. Personally, I think it's going to be a great game. I think Kansas City wins 24-17, but it'll be a very exciting game to watch. Alex Smith has been playing very well, protecting the ball. He's been playing better than Brian Hoyer so far this season, even though Brian Hoyer was hurt at certain parts during the season. Even after losing Jamal Charles, his kid Spencer Ware of LSU has come on strong. 6 touchdowns in his limited time playing this season. And Kansas City finally has a receiver in Jeremy Maclin. And this rookie, Marcus Peters, is big time. 8 interceptions, leads the league in interceptions. Unbelievable as a young kid. And Houston, I know they have J.J. Watt and DeAndre Hopkins. Those guys, they're star players in the NFL. Hopkins with 11 touchdowns, J.J. Watt with 17.5 sacks. Very fun to watch, but I'm still going to the Kansas City Chiefs because of their experience. Well, they have a little more playoff experience than the Houston Texans, and I think they have a better defense overall than the Houston Texans. They were second in defense overall this season. Can't argue with that. It's just hard to pick against the Kansas City Chiefs. Next up is the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Cincinnati Bengals, 8:15 on CBS on Saturday. This is going to be a nail-biter, but I'm picking Pittsburgh to win this game, 27-21. A.J. McCarron will likely play for the Bengals because Andy Dalton's hurt with a broken thumb. The Bengals, I look at them on paper, it seems like they have the talent to win this game, but the Bengals just can't seem to win in the playoffs. Marvin Lewis has been there for 12 years, has not won a playoff game. Why should I expect him to win a playoff game now, especially against the hot Pittsburgh Steelers with Antonio Brown and D'Angelo Williams. D'Angelo Williams with 11 touchdowns, Antonio Brown with 10 touchdowns. Just very good players. Cincinnati, I know they have Tyler Eifert, A.J. Green, very talented players. And Jeremy Hills, 11 touchdowns this season. A.J. Green and Tyler Eifert combined for 23 touchdowns. I just think the Cincinnati Bengals, when it's all said and done, are going to crumble under the bright lights. Next up is on Sunday, 1 o'clock on NBC, the Seattle Seahawks against the Minnesota Vikings. Now, this game, out of all games, will be the biggest blowout of all the games. I'm going to say Seattle 34, Minnesota 17. Adrian Peterson, he had a very good year. He had 11 touchdowns, but the Minnesota Vikings have Teddy Bridgewater. The Seattle Seahawks have Russell Wilson and the Legion of Boom defense. And Marshawn Lynch is likely coming back on Sunday. It was a rough season for him. He was hurt a lot of the season. Didn't get much playing time. Seattle Seahawks, after last year's Super Bowl loss, they're going to be very motivated to win the Super Bowl again this year. They only need 4 more wins, and they're going to be Super Bowl champions. I think it's very possible that could happen. But Minnesota, I have to give them credit. Stephon Diggs is only a rookie receiver. He's very good. As long as Seattle can stop him and Kyle Rudolph, I think Seattle will be just fine. Next up is 4:40 on Fox. That's the Green Bay Packers against the Washington Redskins. I think Green Bay's had a very disappointing season. I think the Redskins have overachieved, but the Green Bay Packers are in the playoffs, and they're just interested in winning a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, by his standards, had a very disappointing season. I was shocked that Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers almost had the same amount of touchdown passes. Aaron Rodgers with 31 touchdowns, Kirk Cousins with 29. Kirk Cousins, very solid this season. But Green Bay's running game, actually both teams' running game is very disappointing this year. Alfred Morris only with 1 touchdown. Eddie Lacy had a rough year. He only had 3 touchdowns. It's just disappointing for both running backs. But those guys are going to be ready to play in the playoffs. and I just think Green Bay's, they're going to be highly motivated. And although it's been a rough season for Aaron, I know they don't have Jordy Nelson, but Richard Rodgers, 8 touchdown catches. James Jones, 8 touchdown catches. It's going to be tough for Washington to stop. Although I have to get, Washington has Jordan Reed, 11 touchdowns. Quite a player for a tight. He's a tight end, 11 touchdowns. But though I disagree with some of Chip Kelly's decisions, but I don't really disagree with the decision to get rid of Deshaun Jackson. He only had 4 touchdowns all of the season, and he fumbled against the Dallas Cowboys, costing the game. So it's going to be a very tight game, but I'm picking Green Bay to win this game, 24-20. So it's going to be a very exciting weekend of football, and I think I actually picked all the wild card teams to win, and I think that it's very possible we could have a 6 against 6 seed or a 5 against the 6 seed in the Super Bowl. I mean, you got Green Bay, Seattle, and Kansas City as Pittsburgh as wild card teams. Pittsburgh, Seattle, and Green Bay have all won Super Bowls in the last 7 years. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend's playoffs, and go Seahawks. Bye-bye.